صباح الخير للناس اللي في أمريكا، وبسلم على كل الناس حول العالم. أنا جيت عندي دقائق قليل جدا جدا قبل ما أنا أبدأ الشغل. فأنا قلت أجي أشارك حاجة بسيط اللي هي قبل ما أدخل في الموضوع، لو في زول سألني يا وين أنت عامل إزاي، أنا ممكن أقول let's start the fucking World War III. That's how I feel. And then أنا جيت أقول ده أتكلم عن revolution. ما هي revolution? I'm not gonna go with what is said in maybe dictionary or Google, but I will go according to how my experience. Revolution is when you realize, when you come to realization of what people in government are doing, opposition are doing. Basically people who have power, when you come to that realization what they're doing, to control the people, oppress people, marginalize people, still do corruption and all that, when you come to realization of their strategies, that is a revolution. When you not only realize their strategies, but also when you know what you as a person should be doing. If you know what you should be doing facing those strategies, that is revolution. Revolution is when you realize that your community is not free. Your community have been oppressed. Your community, people within your community have been bought left and right. A lot of people were sold in your community. A lot of people sold their soul, okay, just to buy their freedom. They call it generation exit. Okay, they call it a generational exit. That's mean what? Every now and then, every 10 to 20 years, there has to be something called generational exit. Generational exit mean what? You either have to be on their side or you're getting eliminated. That's what all of the community have to go through in the freaking country. When you realize that and you stand up for it, that is a revolution. Revolution is when you realize the strategies that they use to oppress people, such as field marshal. Okay, all of a sudden there is some people that will appear, to violate a lot of people's privacies. Okay, they will violate your privacies. They will attack you on a daily basis. They will harm you in so many different ways. Those field marshal, those are designed by the government to go after people on the field, on the ground, to basically what is the term, like stalk you on a daily basis, okay, to hack into your system, okay, try to kill you, South Sudanese, #1 method is to poison you. Their first option is not to poison you, but actually to kidnap you, make you disappear, and then a few weeks later they will you would be found dead somewhere. But if they can't succeed that, then they will go around to do multiple other things, just to make sure, first to control you and all that. And ultimately their goal is to kill you because they don't want you alive. So they will, they will send field marshal after you to harass you, to make your life hell. That's why I'm like, if you ask me today, Ariane, how are you doing? I will say, you know, let's start the fucking war. That's what I will say. That's how I feel. If you realize all this stuff, all the things that government are doing, the opposition, the rebels, all those people, things that they're doing, you know, all the things that are starting left and right, if you realize those and people that are doing them, that is a revolution. Revolution is when you decide to stand against this stuff. Revolution is when your ideas itself, your personality, your ideas, your belief, your reading strategies, your understanding, how you look at the world, how you look at yourself, and all that stuff, that is a effing revolution. Revolution is when you change yourself, you know, when you change yourself now to become, you know, you choose to be intellectual. Why? Because you are not dealing with, you know, who stole the potato, who stole tomato, you're not dealing with that stuff. You're dealing with marginalization. So you're gonna have to understand what's mean marginalization. You're gonna try to understand what's mean oppression. You're gonna try to understand what is the capitalism, why those people are after all this, why do they want to consume and control the, you know, wealth of the country and all that. When you go after to understand this stuff, that is a revolution. Revolution doesn't happen in any other way. It happened when you yourself revolutionize your ideas, your thinking process yourself. In order for you to be a revolutionist, you have to educate yourself. Educating yourself so you will understand what you're going through, why you're going through it, and how you can stop it. If we have 2 or 3 people that understand revolution or understand things that are we're going through as a country, that is a revolution. But I'm not talking about politicians. Politicians almost, they memorize every fucking thing that's happening in the country. Why? Because they are the very fucking people that are doing it. I can sit down today, listen to them talking about almost everything. Guess what? A lot of incidences that happen in South Sudan, they are the very much people that created it. You go back to 2013, 2016, 15 and all that. Do you think it just happened? No, it did not happen. It wasn't people of the South Sudan, it was the politician of the South Sudan. That's why today when they sit down in the rooms and talk about, you know, 2013 happened, this, that, because they were freaking part of it. They were freaking part of it. They did it so they can come here today and manipulate people by using this war. So you as a person, okay, not as a politician, you as a person of South Sudan, if you understand this stuff, you educate yourself so you can have a clear mind to see through those fucking politicians of South Sudan. You are a revolutionist. If you see through all the stupid fucking South Sudanese politicians, if you see through them, that is a revolution. If you pick up a book to read so you can understand something from A to Z, that is a revolution. Because revolution is, what revolutionist is a person that did not care, did not know anything, was just going about his life or her life, but all of a sudden you fucking, like, you know, hit a rock, and that rock is you know, is those politicians trying to ruin the country by going through you. Now you ran into them and you be like, wait a minute, you see a lot of stuff happening that don't make sense, and now you go around to educate yourself, and you come to realize that this stuff did not just happen. It happened because some people did, made them happen. That is a revolution. So I beg a lot of South Sudanese. I beg them, please educate yourself. And when I say educate yourself, I'm not just saying it so you can come in social media and talk, oh, talk like we're intellectual. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking educate yourself so you can speak up against those South Sudanese oppositions. So we can speak against the field marshal that are coming after people, invading people's privacies and doing crimes that they think that they can get away with it. That is a revolution. Revolution starts with oneself, a normal person turning into intellectual by chance. A normal person educating themselves so they can see clear. That is a revolution. That's a revolution that I want. See, not only me, but everybody, even the poor kids that walking down on the street in South Sudan, they want to see that too. They want to see all the people my age, starting from 20s, educate yourself so you can see through those opposition. Unless if you're benefiting from them, then yes, you're not gonna, because you're part of the oppression. You're part of the problem. You're part of marginalizing people. You're part of the corruption and stealing. You're part of trying to oppress the whole entire community. Community today, we would not know that community is oppressed unless people like me start talking. Because all the people that got oppressed and got silenced and bought off, they're not freaking gonna talk, because they got promised that you're gonna be a millionaire and that stuff. When we could have been millionaires, all of us, we could have all become millionaires. It doesn't have to come this way. It doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to have few people that control over the country and then oppress the rest of the country. So what I want to say, okay, because I wanted really to make it a very, very short one. To make it very short, because I'm going to work. So what I want to say is that you don't have to be part of this, the people that oppress people, because oppression in actual experience or term is that those politicians, they make a culture out of it. They make culture out of that oppression. Oppression is not just one tool that they use. They use the whole community to oppress certain people. That means the community itself, it's oppressed. And now that oppression become a culture, culture of isolating other people, culture of hating some people, culture of, not listening to the truth and not talking about the truth, but just lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself, okay? You're lying to your country. You're lying to the world. That is oppression. It is a culture now. It's not. I cannot say that that Yen Matthew, Edward Achid, and Andrew Dow and all those people are the one that oppressing. No. Right now, it is the fucking entire community that are doing the oppression, because it is a culture right now in South Sudan. That's why you do not hear anybody talking, because it become a culture. People are oppressed, are silent. They sold their soul to the extent that they can see things happening in front of them and they're not gonna talk. That is a fucking oppression. That's marginalizing people. So I do not have time, but I'm saying that revolution is nothing else than when few people pick themselves up, they go and educate themselves, they study those people in power, those people that are doing oppression, their strategies and all that, just so they can see through them. That is a revolution. So my time is up, and I need to go start working. But the more they try to oppress me, to run me over, to iron me, to mess me up, to do what, the freaking stronger that I get. The freaking stronger that I get. I become a real person. Actually, the more that you grind me, the clear my mind gets. The more you oppress me, the more you try to do whatever thing that you do best, the best I become, the best I myself become. The clear my mind become. So I fucking really don't care about what you do. And I know exactly what you're doing. God is watching. Even though people chose today to be blind, tomorrow they're not going to be blind. Like Bob Marley said, you can fool people. You can fool people sometime. You can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. So right now, it seems that you got it all. You fool all the people, you isolate people and all that stuff, but that's not going to be all the time, fooling people. It's not going to be all the time, all the people. So I'm going to stop here. And I just came back, I came this morning to say that Makwa, it's not gonna get me. Run me over. You will, flatten me to the ground, and I fucking will get up. You will blow me off with whatever you're trying to do, and I refresh and come back. Because I am a fucking revolutionist. Chakping, absolutely.